Hello, everyone. Welcome to our quarantine call. I'm Kelsey, and I'll be leading you today about something that I'm very passionate about, very proud of, and that is leading challenge groups, now commonly referred to as BODgroups, which, if you like that name, great. I'm going to stick with challenge groups. So, Jen and I are just going to share a little bit about our experiences in leading challenge groups, maybe prior to, the BOD group platform and kind of how it's progressed and why it's easier now to run challenge groups than it ever has been before. And we'll just talk to you guys a little bit about that. But I wanted to start off by saying, I really just have 4 main points. The first one is, if you have not watched the BOD groups training, go do that. There's 2 places. Your online office, Coach Online Office, you just go to trainings and there's a whole BOD groups section. Go there and watch it. They're not super long and it really walks you through. I'm sure over the next 6 months, 12 months, they'll be rolling out new features and then that library will increase. So get caught up now so it's not overwhelming later. There's also on the Beachbody Champions page, there's a unit that's also, I think, the exact same trainings. They posted it there because they really want to make it accessible to coaches. So this is not going to be a BOD groups training call. This is just a PSA to go and watch those trainings because leading groups is very important. Point number 2, BOD groups, challenge groups, are super easy to create now, like easier than ever. You have to know nothing about technology. If you've set up like an email account or an Instagram account or a Facebook account, this is like exactly the same. There's a wizard that takes you through exactly what to do. It's very, very simple. Some of the cool features that you will see when you watch the trainings, BOD groups from the coach portal, which is found in Beachbody On Demand, has access to share a cart. Like when you invite someone to your group, you can send them a share cart. I saw this today. If you send someone a share cart, you can then invite them to your group from share a cart. Like there's a lot of cool features. You have access to all of your contacts from your Beachbody online office, which is great. If you have any customers that are in your online office that you maybe don't interact with all the time, you can always invite them to these groups because it's automatically synced, which is a great feature. You have access to all of the previous groups that you personally have been an admin for and have run, even if you weren't technically in charge, but you were an admin in the group, you will have access to that information. So I'll come back to that here in a little bit and how that can be helpful to you if you're trying to set up a group. So point number 3, we're really moving right along here. As a coach, you guys, if you're building your business, if you're talking about your journey, if you want to build a team, it is literally your job to lead others. It's your job. You're on your journey. That's great. Beachbody's not paying you to be on your own journey. They're paying you by leading other people and helping others. So having a group to lead them to is important. While it is awesome that your upline coaches have big groups that are welcoming to all, that is a great place to start. And if you are a brand new coach, it's okay if you want to, kind of be a fly on the wall and add your people in. But it's your job as a coach to lead challengers, to lead challenge groups. And it's important to your challengers that they see you as a leader because they signed up to work with you. They didn't sign up to work with me. They didn't sign up to work with Jen. So if they only see other people posting every day, they may lose interest. They may fall off the wagon. They may message you and be like, hey, so I'm not really into it. And I think I'm going to cancel. Well, you don't want that. You're attracting people that trust you and are like-minded to you. They want you to lead them. So I'm going to just back it up a little bit. And Jen, I'm going to ask you if you remember what platform did you lead your first challenge group? Like, was it all via email? Was it Facebook,
It was
MySpace? Where was it?
MySpace. It was Facebook.
Okay. And how did you, was it like in a group like we would do now, or did you create like an event?
No, it was in a group. Because that's the first one that I was invited to was run on Facebook. Because this was before we had the My Challenge Tracker app. So pretty much everybody did their business through Facebook.
And how long, or do you still run groups on Facebook?
I do. I mean, I have a group in my challenge tracker app that I haven't posted in quite some time, but those like same people are pretty much in the same Facebook group that I have. So I really need to just pick a platform and stick to it. But yeah, I have one in each.
Gotcha. Um, so aside, and I used to run groups in Facebook too. My first challenge group was run in Facebook. Do you remember in your first group how many people you had?
That's a
I
great
had three,
question.
including myself.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I felt like my beginning ones had more people because I think it was newer, and so people wanted to join in and support. But I'm sure. I mean, I've run quite a few where there've been like me, maybe you, my coach Abby, and we each had like one person. So there have been
Your
small ones.
mom.
I kind of like those too.
Right. And that's totally fine. So and that's going to kind of circle back to point number 4. But um, the important thing to know, you guys, is that it doesn't matter how many people are in your group, you're leading them, and they are not going to care. Maybe they'll care, but as long as you are engaging with the people that are in your group, that is what is most important to them. And honestly, maybe they would prefer more of a one-on-one setting anyway, because then no one's judging them. It's their first time doing a program. Maybe you want a more intimate group. Cool. Even if you wanted there to be 25 people in there and then there were 5, use that to your advantage and be like, guys, I'm so glad that you're in this exclusive group. We're going to really be able to support each other and hold one another accountable. Nobody's going to fall through the cracks, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter if there's 3 people in there or 2 people in there or you and your mom. It doesn't matter. Like, you need to have a group. And I know Jen will vouch. The more groups you lead, the easier and more natural it becomes. You can recycle content. You just get more comfortable doing live videos or posting whatever.
Yeah, and I think for my first ones, I did a specific program and I followed the challenge group guide, like post for post for post, and I would edit it a little bit if it was something I felt like because they write it from like a coach's standpoint, so it says like I did this today or something.
Right.
But I followed those and I would suggest starting there. They even have a multi like group one that's not a specific for group, but if you're struggling with coming with content, go there and use the sure.
Yeah, definitely. So after the whole, not after, but after a while, Beachbody decided, why don't we come up with our own challenge platform? And that's when My Challenge Tracker was created. So most of you guys, unless you are like new to Beachbody this week, you've experienced My Challenge Tracker app because you were either a coach in our challenge groups or you were a challenger in our challenge groups. So that platform has existed for at least 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
And was awesome when it came out. And everyone was like, yes, this is so great, because then challenge group guides became available. And it really took the guesswork out of it, made it easier for new coaches. And everyone was like, joy. The only problem was, it wasn't in the same place as BOD. So then you had to, you had to do your workout, or you did your DVD workout, and then you had to remember to go into the app and, things like that. Now they have learned, and it's all together. While I will say that there are definitely bugs and there are definitely problems, And I've struggled already and been frustrated. I have to remember this app is like a week old and we're still in the beta phase, and it'll get better. You know, there are things from my challenge tracker that aren't exactly the same, but there are things in BODgroups that are way better than my challenge tracker, which is great. So this leads me to point number 4. And this is that there is no wrong way to lead a challenge group other than starting a group and then ghosting the group before it's over. That's the only thing you can do wrong, because then you are leaving all those people hanging out to dry. You are giving them a reason to leave. You're giving them a reason to badmouth you as a leader and the company as a whole, and that's doing no one any favors. So however you want to run your group is completely up to you. Does not matter if it's a free group. I have a free workout week group going on right now. No one has to pay to have a Beachbody account. You can have access to Clean Week and all the sample workouts and all of that. People don't have to pay to download the app. So you can run a free group if you want. That's easy to invite to. And you can theme your group. My friend Britt, that is a coach, she is big on themes, and she really has like a very narrow tribe, knows exactly what they like. So she runs like Haunted Mansion themed challenge groups and like Tim Burton themed challenge groups. She's about to start a My 70s Show challenge group. Like,
Well,
it can be whatever you want. Doesn't have to be like Morning Meltdown 100 challenge group. It can be, but get creative. Make it about you. Your group can be any length of time. It can be 1 week, it can be 30 days, it can be ongoing. It's completely up to you. And like Jen was mentioning, you don't have to use just one program. Totally can. Everybody in the group can do the same program. That's fine. A lot of times that's great, because then you're all doing the same workouts, hopefully within the same time period. And then, you know, lamenting over them as you as you go, but also encouraging one another. The group that I lead is a multi-program group because it's ongoing. So I don't expect people to do the exact same program all the time. Again, no wrong way to lead it. Jen, what are some examples of groups that you have led on any platform that you think have been fun to lead or been a success?
Well, I mean, the free groups are always fun and have lots of people. I don't do a very good job of turning them into, for coming back for more, unless it's free again. But those are fun. And I think if you're kind of in that zone where you're like, I'm tired of running a group, or I'm not sure where to start, those are ones that people want to stay active. I'm trying to think, the last group that I did where we all did the same program it wasn't Lyft. What was before that? See, now I got to go to.
Port of Fort? That would have been way before that.
Yeah, no.
What came out before Live 4? Transform 20? No, that was after.
Maybe. Oh, well, that was, I did a group. I think that was a combo group with Abby, and that had quite a few people in it. Maybe it was a 21-day fix group. I don't remember. I kind of like the groups where we all do the same thing, because I feel like, and it doesn't have to be, but everyone's experiencing the same workout or in kind of like the similar journey. So I feel like you're able to connect a little bit more with people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There's definitely benefits to running different types of groups. You don't have to stick to one, forever. One of the things that I really like about running a multi-program group is that everyone is posting and sharing about different types of workouts. And then when someone is looking for their next program, they can think, oh, Lauren was doing Transform 20. I should ask her about that the next time she posts. Like, hey, what did you think of this program? And that for me is great because then people are relying less on me and more on each other's experiences, which is awesome. And it creates that sense of community. That's one thing that's made me really, really proud about leading challenge groups is creating that sense of community that people love and want to show up for and want to log into. And I fully 100% believe for myself that my challengers and my challenge group is keeping me sane right now because it is my constant and I know who's going to show up in there. I know who I'm going to see. And that gives me a sense of calm because so many other things are uncertain. But I have my challenge group and I have my workouts and have my routine as far as that goes. Jen, if somebody was going to lead their first group, because it's been a while since we led a group, what do you think is something that is going to be most challenging in leading a group? And Jamie, you can feel free to jump into what's most challenging about leading your first group.
I think for me, I'll tell you, it was trying to keep people engaged when they kind of fell off. That's one thing I like about the app is that you can at least see if people are logging in, checking in and logging their shake or their workout. But on like a Facebook group, unless they're clicking like, I guess it does say that they've seen the post, but I think it's hard to keep them motivated and engaged without seeing them face to face. Does that make sense? I don't know if what I'm saying is coming out the
No,
way I'm.
definitely. I agree with what you're saying. And um, the first group, I don't even know, Jen, if you remember this. The first group that I was in that Jen ran was for Insanity Max 30. And I was the person who was like, I'm doing it. And I kid you not, it was like 2 weeks in, and I stopped even checking into the group. I'm like, yeah, no, like I can't keep up. There's so many people in there. I don't know what's going on. And um, I learned from that, then leading my own groups, how important it is to check in with challengers or not. My first group was
Which I probably did not do. I probably wasn't on Kelsey fast enough to get her butt back in there, which again, where my challenge is.
but to your point, you can't see what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Unless you're saying you have to check in with your workout every day and say like workout done, you know, it's easy on BOD. It automatically logs.
Right.
Um, so yeah, I would say to overcome that challenge of keeping people engaged is, well, one, pay attention, right? So you can see who's checked in during the day. And if you notice that you're not seeing someone, say something, or take the opportunity to shout out the people who are engaged. And then,
Absolutely.
that shows that you're paying attention to what people are doing. Jamie said that her baby's being a little loud. So she
Yeah,
said that the first group she ran was 21 Day Fix, and she used the challenge group guides, because it made it really easy. But keeping people engaged and doing the workouts in a timely manner and when they're supposed to. So getting people to follow the calendar. Jen, have you found that to be difficult for some people?
For some people, if they get behind a day and then they get discouraged because we're all on day 10 and now they're on day 8. And so I think your people and your clientele and what words to say to help keep people going. But that's kind of what I like about, like what you said, Kelsey, about the multi-groups is that when you're on a different schedule, doing different workouts, nobody has to worry about keeping up. But I think that too comes from like the coach. Like, I don't care what day you're on. I don't care if you skip every other day. I just want you to show up and do it for you.
Well, and it's funny, I've had some people in my groups for years, and one girl sent me a message the other day, or I checked in with her, or she asked me about nutrition or something. We were in conversation, and she said, I finally finished my first program. Like she did it start to finish the whole way. And it's been like 3 years. So now she has this confidence to do, like she did 21 Day Fix Extreme. Well, now she's going to do 80 Day Obsession because she mentally knows if I can suck it up for 3 weeks, I can do something longer. So
Right.
it is tough to keep everybody on a schedule, but I think you're absolutely right. As long as you're encouraging and you're saying, don't worry about it. Like, you know, if you miss a day of 21 Day Fix, you can give them the option. Just say, okay, so you're a day behind, no big deal. Or the day that you have yoga, just double up, just do 2 and catch back up or whatever, you know, be encouraging. That's a big thing.
I will say that challenge groups have become a little bit easier with the scheduling post feature that Facebook has had for a while now. And so does I'm sure the BODgroups has that. But if you're somebody like me that thinks, okay, I'm going to do it in the morning, and then that's the morning where you're behind. So I just schedule, even if it's for a week out, just schedule it, but just make sure that you're checking in with that group each day, not thinking, oh, I scheduled my post, I don't have to check in till Sunday. People need to know that you're interacting with their comments on your posts as well.
Absolutely. And I was going to mention that I don't remember if challenge group guides existed when I ran my first challenge group, but that can be tough, is knowing what to talk about or coming up with something to talk about, which is where, and like Jamie pointed out, the benefit, the huge benefit to having Beachbody do that for you already. And like Jen mentioned earlier, it's written in someone else's voice. So if you read that post and you're like, huh, that doesn't sound like me, I would not say that, then change it. That's totally fine. Or if it says, you know, my favorite Shakeology recipe is chocolate banana peanut butter, and everyone in the group knows that you hate chocolate. Well, don't post that because it obviously is not true. You know, but it's nice that you have the ability to go there and the posts are done. There's graphics for you. There's ways to introduce different products like Energize or Recover or Beach Bars. Like they've started to incorporate those types of posts, which puts it less on you
Nice.
to have to talk about that. But scheduling, yes, I've had a couple issues doing that in BODgroups. I think it's just kind of glitchy for me for some reason. I don't know. But I'm sure I'll figure it out and it will be fine. But it's so important, guys, to lead a group of some sort. Like I said, it's totally fine to have your people in our groups. But I will say, if you're going to not lead your own group, ask your coach if you can be on some sort of posting schedule. Guarantee they would love that. You know, split up the responsibilities, but that way your challengers see you once or twice a week having that pinned post at the top. You're the one that's talking that day instead of just the same person's face or whatever, same person's voice that they see or hear every day. They get to interact with you and see that you're a leader. And who knows, that may encourage them to be a coach because they see you doing it. If you're their coach and you never actually coach them, well, where's their motivation? You know. Anything else to add about BODgroups or the benefits? Jamie, feel free to type it in if you have anything. Jen, anything to add while Jamie's typing?
No, sorry. No, I mean, I think you hit the nail on the head with everything.
Cool. Like I said, guys, if you haven't watched the BODgroups training, definitely check it out. It's super helpful and it's it's not hard. It's really not. It's like anything. Like I said, if you've set up a Facebook account, you can set up a BODgroup. It's that simple. It truly is. Okay. Jamie said, do we still post on my challenge tracker portal? Oh, or where do you put those scheduled posts? So I'll just show you really quick. I have it pulled up here. Oddly enough, because I was trying to schedule my posts and was not having success. Okay. Oh, whoops. All right. Hopefully you guys can see this. So I am on up here at the top, Beachbody On Demand. And it used to say Workouts Nutrition Blog, and now it says Workouts Nutrition BODgroups Blog. So you just click on BODgroups, and these are the groups that I'm currently leading. It has my coach. Okay.
Oh, she's so pretty.
She is. Look at that smile. Okay, so it'll tell you notifications. Obviously, you can see all this stuff. Again, this is not a tutorial, but I will just show you really quickly. This is a challenge group guide for Clean Week. Okay, so this will be what I post tomorrow for active flexibility. You can just drag that right off. Dun, dun, dun. But you click on your group, and just like before in my challenge tracker, here's scheduled and drafted posts, and here's my post library. So I can pull from other groups that I've led in the past. So if I go here and I want to pull from any of my previous groups, oh yeah, 2016, there you go. That's how old my challenge tracker app was. I can just go and it will have all of my posts, which is awesome. But you do it right in here, right in Beachbody On Demand. And this is now the My Challenge Tracker Coach portal. It's this. It's just on your computer. If you go to the BOD app on your phone, it will not have this. You can post from your phone, but you cannot, it's not the portal. You're not going to have the portal on your phone unless you use your web browser on your phone. The app does not have the ability to schedule posts. It does not have the ability to message challengers, I don't believe, or participants. Maybe it does. I can't remember. Anyway, scheduling posts is in here. It's in BOD. So
it's kind of, it has replaced, they don't even do the challenge tracker app anymore. So this has replaced all of that. So if you use the My Challenge Tracker portal and the app, it's the same concept, just a different platform now.
Absolutely. And you have access to, if you click on schedule posts, I'll just show you guys again really quickly. I just clicked on schedule a post here, and right here it has group guides. I mean, it's so simple. And then it pulls up every single program and a guide for it right down here. Boom, easy. It's not rocket science, guys, but it is important that you do. So anyway, there concludes this week's quarantine call. I appreciate you guys, and I love you all, and I hope that you decide to lead a group, and if you need any help, just reach out. Okay, bye everyone.